Rightio. So last time we had quite the revelation about certain religious individuals in this. Well, I don't know if religion is quite the right word for it, but needless to say, this screen in the background is looking a bit more and more like reality, other than the stylized vision I thought it was. So yeah, things are getting screwed up. So we are still on the lookout for possible sniper locations, but I think we're also looking for Ruby now as well, which we're told she could be somewhere in the north, which is a bit of a bore. In fact, I think she's been told she's by the boardwalk. And I don't think that location is one we've cleared if I check the journal. Shot came from boardwalk. No, so I don't know about the island. I'm not quite sure how we can get to the island, but the boardwalk is over here. So let's continue with that. We are losing the light of day. We've got about a couple hours. 6, 8, yeah, a few hours. Time is running out, so... Oh wait, no, the boardwalk is the other side of the farm building. Get over here. Yeah, that's supposed to be the trap, I think, and that's just down, yeah. So I'm going the wrong way. Kim, you're blurring again, that's very rude of you. So, she could be in here, of course.
An old door, worn by element.
No, that's it. That 3% is, yeah. I mean, my interface... I do have a level. But, as I say, you know, we're up to 6, we need 20. So, yeah, it's not going to be like that. Red check is not going to be likely. I may try it if I can get it above 20, maybe, but that's a push. That's like 2 levels, finding more gear. Right, so we're going to look around here. Let's turn it up. So is she... So the only thing I can think of is, can we go into these areas? No, not there. In here. That plank there suggests we can go on the roof. We can't. That barrel's still useful. Up. I swear, loot respawns in this game. This is the area he's talking about. Stop messing with the corn view and hold on to something. The wind is so strong. So, I'm not sure. This is definitely the boardwalk here. I'm not sure where the game wants me to stand in order for me to have the revelation that the shot may or may not have come from here, because I can't do anything right now. Except for just find that body. Unless there's more to this place than I think there is. No, okay. Right, I'm about to put this up. We can go down over here. This just leads back to the farm building. Which I know is not right because we've come from there. Can I walk around the other side? Not from around there, run this way. Yeah, let's go down here because there's a path we can run under. Oh, there we go.
The light vanishes inside the concrete slit. The structure goes deep under the earth.
Oh! I think this is because after we... No, I checked this bit. What is in there?
Maybe it's just a storm drain for the sewer.
Oh.
There's no echo. And no answer.
Kim, any idea?
No idea. Could be connected to one of the buildings around here.
Think she could be down there?
We might find her down somewhere. There's an old storm drain system beneath Martinez that's mostly collapsed. Revachol sewage system has been built and rebuilt 4 or 5 times now. In conclusion, she could be under any building.
But on there.
I hope not.
Okay. Yeah, I hope not too, because that sounds like she could literally be under our feet right now. And we wouldn't know it. Which, for her, is a very bad call. Like, I can probably walk around here. This... Oh, hello. Don't do that at the beginning.
A few locusts trudge along the wall of the trap.
Yeah, no, that's... For instance, could go up this... No, okay. So, I'm not sure where it means boardwalk. I can't go that way either because the fence is there. So I'm not sure where the investigation point is, though. I'll have to look it up. Because, I mean, I've been all the way around it, so... As far as I can see... Right... Oh.
The trap is filled with dead and dying locusts.
Yeah, that was the trap he told us to go there and come back. Right, so this is the... Our wall with our sheety boys on it.
A row of ghostly shades facing a crumbling wall. With another 7 shades, a cold sea. Behind this building, the other one, once filled with engineers and designers of felled electric. Now collapsed and dead, but for some rats. You feel drawn, for some reason, to the faded mural again.
Huh. Must have felt that Shivers check last time, right? And how did I get there? Sign says, entry into date. No entry? Entry forbidden? But there's that. Are you telling me I can just look at this from this side of the fence? An old ticket booth, no longer in operation. People paid money to park here? No one would pay now. I mean, yeah, what was I expecting? Right, so this could be the boardwalk. No, it's the road. Oh, no. A door? A building? A hiding place? Could the instigator be inside? What? Instigator of what? Oh.
There's no way the perp is in here, officer. Look how scarred the boards are. All attempts to pry them off have failed.
Can I try to get into?
Not this time. The opposition is insurmountable, but I like the spirit. Have some points. It's lonely and cold without points.
Don't you start flipping justify the experience point system. I will hurt you, brain. I know how to. Don't test me. I'm on Twitter. Anyway. Fuck me. Kim, do you think she's in here?
The suspect? God, I hope not. I can't see a way in, though many have tried.
Nothing to do with it. Right, so let's clear that one up. Well, there's one building I could actually enter. There's right there. Wait. I know I'm not paying for the room anymore, but you could just not give me the... I mean, I could probably pay for the room if I'm in that neck of the woods anyway. Because, I mean, it's... it's only 20 real, and I didn't pay for it last... that's a trap. So, I'm not sure where to go. Because... yeah, determine the ball of choices. I've done this! I don't know where it wants me to stand to trigger the fort. Unless it wants me to take the flashlight around there. Let's do this again.
The once bright mural towers above you, saying, suddenly there's a sigh, carried on the molecules around you, moving, flowing from high pressure to low pressure. Like that of a woman emptying her lungs. She wraps the collapsing stone box in front of you in her breath, flowing through it.
Where's it go?
In through the collapsed roof, flowing down a concrete staircase to the basement, sweeping away footprints in the dust on the stairs, and then the beach below the boardwalk. Its winding tunnels, a whisper away.
So yeah, she's under the boardwalk. What's happening?
She's down there.
I think she's down there, below this building.
Okay. Why?
We've looked everywhere else.
Right. How do we get in there? The doors were on the collapsed side of this building. They're gone, basically.
Finally, my time to shine.
There's a ladder next to the sign. The person can climb it, enter through the roof.
Perhaps you can climb them. We are not climbing anything. I'm 43 years old, and I plan to live to see 70.
There has to be a way to use brute force. Climbing sounds unsafe. Brute force is safe. Look around and find something to break if the ladder fails.
About right fucking under it. Admittedly, this is where the highlight system kind of ruins the joke, but yeah.
An old pipe peeks out from beneath the rotten boards of the boardwalk. Could this be an alternative path into the felled building? A building like this must have multiple doors serving various functions. Perhaps a basement access.
So looking.
Your eyes slowly begin to adjust to the darkness inside the drainage pipe. The lieutenant looks over your shoulder.
What's in there?
A thin layer of snow gleams inside the pipe.
Okay, asshole, what else?
As your eyes adjust, you see some trash. Crumpled up newspapers, cigarette butts. Someone has half-heartedly spray-painted skulls on the right side.
Probably our friends, urine fancier and Sod the Well, maybe. Okay, and?
And nothing. Broken glass from bottles thrown against the walls of the pipe. A syringe.
Can we get into the felt building through here?
Given that this isn't a martial arts thriller, it's highly unlikely, and not without risk to our health either. However, the pipe suggests there may be an entrance to the basement around.
The lieutenant pushes aside the reeds and looks around.
He means the pipe must be coming from somewhere in the building.
And it's right here. A maintenance door.
He points to a rusted metal double door on the right side of the pipe, obscured by the reeds.
It's jammed shut. The subtle approach isn't going to work on this one.
Let's try and boost it up a bit. Let's equip that as well. Don't we got anything else for physical instrument? No. So, let's go with this.
Behind the pipe, the maintenance door. The metal
Oh
doors
my-
are heavy, and the flaking rust hurts your palms. But, together with the lieutenant, you manage to slide them open just enough to squeeze in.
Good work. Shall we?
Shall we? And the moment I can, we're changing guns up. So, I'm missing 80s, but I'm getting 28s. Why? Right, okay, so it's... The pipe is used as the thing, but that's pretty clever the way it's sitting there. Get that back on. Alrighty, you should take out your flashlight. That is a fucking fantastic idea. Alrighty, so another day, another creepy building. Antiquated office furniture. Last century, maybe? This collapse nearly sealed the basement. One can barely squeeze by. Oh, shit. I did not mean to do that. I did not mean to do that. Why did it stay down there? Where did I even... So, yeah, okay. Yeah, that's the light outside on the side of the building. Going over those windows. So yeah, we're definitely going that way though. We are definitely going that way. Oh. We'll head that way later. I want to stay down here first. This overturned table is covered in orange mildew, crawling with something. Ooh, lovely. Bang! Okay. Old fire folders in the cart. Documents silvery with mold. A series of thick, dusty planes of glass.
This isn't just glass. These are old computation components.
Computer components?
Yes, filament memories. From the time when wires were cast in glass, slides with an inlaid nervous system.
How'd they do that? And why?
The how was a closely guarded secret. Something that was locked in safes in human heads across the river where they were manufactured. As to why, your fingers don't know.
I mean, obviously.
The why is easy, because they hadn't come up with modern silicon-based systems yet. For vitreous cast filament memories, though, these seem incredibly advanced.
So this is where the sort of strangeness of their technology sort of comes into play, because the way they've done this, inlaid nervous system and all this stuff, is technically more advanced than the stuff we're using at the moment. Because the stuff we're using at the moment is literally just magnetic memory. It's put it this way: a hard drive is not modeled after the human body's nervous system. Let's put it that way. Anyway, hey Kim, look, old cybernetics.
So it is. I think this is used to form a single system, slotted in the wall.
So yeah, he's stuck his head onto the glass. So all the remains, so this could be the remnants of the field research and development.
The rest of the building seems to have been picked clean.
Do you think this could have been part of the failed playback system experiment?
These? No. These are old filament memories. I hope you're not expecting to find a device here. You will be disappointed.
Wait, that actually we wouldn't. Who barks at the corner? Oh my. Not really the spot for it, but let's get this on. You do not go there. You go up here. Oh yeah. That's actually not bad. But we're not seeing commander, so we wear the appropriate. I'm stuck running for some reason. Need to cancel, that's why. In the beam of the flashlight, a crevice in the wall. But hey Jesus. Hello. Stale fabric, smell and dust. No one slept there in months, maybe even years. Revolutionary propaganda in the bunk bed. Ancient flyers and brochures. The same slit in the window you saw from the outside.
Could this have been the killer's hideout? And this narrow window, the point of origin of the shot that killed the mercenary? This does look like an embrasure, a slit made for shooting out of. Outside the window, desolation. Snow falls softly onto the coastal sand, where it melts almost instantly. On rooftops, it lingers.
Kim, could the killer have used this as a shootout location?
It's a great place to hide, certainly. But there hasn't been anyone here in ages.
Actually, on second thought, can't see the whirling in ranks from here, so I don't think the shot came from here.
Indeed. No one could get a clear view. Well, at least we've been thorough. I like thorough.
That's probably the ball one then. Pots and plates full of dust and spiderwebs.
A mustachioed and mutton-chopped man, amateurishly depicted, gazes at you with sad eyes. A plaque reads, K. Mazov. There is a spiderweb in the lower left corner of the portrait.
Brush the dust off.
Years' worth of dust is shaken off. The full head of hair, matched by an ample moustache and sideburns, look a bit silly. Someone crouches, heels digging into wet sand. Hands sweep across the sand, grains sticking to the frayed skin of the fingertips. An old man sits on a slab of concrete and taps his fingers against the glass of a scope. You shudder.
Ah, are we dreaming of a sniper there? Interesting. It's Grace Marzov. What a troublemaker he was.
Yes. Looks like some latter-day radicals were hiding out here. They left a long time ago.
How long ago do you reckon?
half a century. This was probably part of the network of defense posts the communers built against the amphibious landing.
He takes a look around.
I think the purpose of this bunker was to produce propaganda. It would have had radio equipment back then, but that's all been looted.
What's all these secret weapon caches and bunkers?
We have found a lot of those lately. I guess what most people think of as history tends to linger in rundown neighborhoods. Martinez being what it is, no one has gone through the trouble of cleaning out the old bunkers.
Good hiding place for someone who's up to no good.
Maybe I should move in there. Seems cozy.
I won't stand in your way, but only after we're through with this case.
Could this be connected to the Mazov bus we found in that student room?
Millions of depictions of Mazov have been produced. They're not all connected. Besides, that looked like some student. The youths always go for this kind of stuff.
I suppose. Could someone have stopped through here recently, though?
You mean like Ruby? No, I think we've stumbled on a piece of history.
Right, let's go then. See you. We're not trying that one on. Oh, what am I, a coward? Let's get it. If only for the, Here we go.
This hat is so soft, so warm. It wraps around your head, and your mind tingles with all manner of socio-economic theory.
It's Yushanka, right?
Kraz Mazov would have worn this Yushenka. Mazov knew where to cook those thoughts. That's why it bears a Mazovian logo. Glory to the revolution, comrade. Whether you like it or not, wearing this hat has made you more communist.
And I'll take lots of that stuff. I think there's a meme there somewhere. Glory to the revolution, brother. Really replaced by cheap, replaceable. Shoo! Hello. The boot prints in the sand. Well, the sole pits more worn than the other. Hello. There's something in the air. An unnatural buzzing. Oh boy. Tunnel collapse. Let's find our way around. Are we having a maze? Is this a maze? Bang. It's getting louder. The buzzing sound. It is as well.
There it is again, like a swarm of hornets buzzing under your scalp. A strange tingling you can almost smell.
Lieutenant, do you feel something?
No. What do you mean?
A pain, a strange tingling.
I don't feel it, but we should still be careful. There were footprints back there, and I'm pretty sure they were fresh.
Saw them too. Right soul, wrong smooth?
Looks like our suspect. If she's in here, we need to plan our next step carefully.
How do you mean?
Once we detain a credible suspect, who knows what the Union and the Wild Pines will do? We'll set in motion events we have no control over.
You will upset the balance of power in Martinez. The deadlock between the company and the Union will destabilize. This part of town is a fine clockwork puzzle. Disturb its peace and it will start breaking down uncontrollably. Keep calm. Go over the whole situation in detail.
Everett knows more than he's told us. Do you think we should continue working for him?
You're right. However corrupt he may be, nothing happens in Martinez without him knowing. We might have to dirty our hands, but...
In this case, we can't afford to be squeaky clean.
How bad do you think things are going to get?
Well, we are not responsible for what we can't predict, are we? I don't think the entire city will be razed to the ground.
He smiles in the dark.
If you can't predict it, there's nothing you could have done.
Fair enough. So what do you think's waiting out there?
I think I see a cavern. Maybe more cellars? I think we've been careful enough. We still have the element of surprise.
I wouldn't be so sure. You haven't exactly been sneaking.
Or maybe not. Either way, once we go deeper, there will be no turning back.
Why am I getting a... I'm an Iron Man player, simply because I don't remember where my saves are usually, and I don't keep it up. So, a part of me wants to push on, another part of me wants me to double back. So we'll go with the plan of least likely to fuck up. We'll go double back and check out the top of the building. Actually, Who are we? It's wrong. Right. I don't like doing this. So it's concrete beep buried in dust and sand. And money. And more money. But when I thought 100 real was expensive. How much are those things?
Suddenly, your entire body is paralyzed. Aggressive white noise fills your skull. A strange pain, like you've never felt before. Through the static, you hear a woman's voice. It's like 1,000 radio stations are being blasted into your head all at once. But her words are the only ones you can make out.
What the hell?
I know you're feeling pretty uncomfortable right now. Don't move too much or fight it. That'll just make it worse.
Says a shadowy figure by the machine. I'm sorry for God, Amy.
Can't say it's a pleasure, officer. I was really hoping not to make your acquaintance. But here we are.
As she says the word officer, you feel a spike in the agony. It sounds like the entire radio frequency range is screaming directly into your neural pathways.
Would covering my ears help at this point, man?
That's an awful decision. Why would you not want to shield yourself from it? It's an entirely new type of experience. Way worse than all the previous ones.
What's happening to me?
I'm using a pale latitude compressor. You and your partner have been caught in its field.
You're using one of those devices used to send signals through the pale on me?
Wow. Check out the big brains on you. You're not entirely wrong.
That wasn't in English.
A pale latitude compressor is used to sort of make the pale more manageable. With a lot of these, you can force a radio signal grid on the pale, literally crunch the distance across it. Signals are relayed across a series of repeater stations fixed to buoys. Not a fun job manning those stations. All alone out there in the pale, people lose their minds in just a few years.
So, what we are experiencing is a concentration of radio waves.
It gestures towards something with great effort.
Precisely. This is an industrial strength paraboloid. It's meant for forcing dimensions on something that doesn't have them. Needless to say, the frequencies used are out of this world. At the upper limit is the large prime number generator station. It's used specifically for pale latitude compression. That's why you may be hearing some numbers. But you might also hear, or think you're hearing, local radio chatter.
She likes telling you about the machine. Keep her talking. Look for an opportunity to break loose.
How did you get your hands on this thing?
I built it myself.
That's all that torture. Yep.
And she's proud of it too.
Yep.
As she ought to be. This is way beyond your abilities.
That's illegal. I'm guessing it's patented. But we are beyond that, aren't we?
We are several stages of beyond that, Kim, yes.
Yeah. Way beyond.
So it's a death ray and all this. I'll still not this forever.
No. Once I shut down the compressor, the pain will end. It may take a few minutes for you to steady yourself, though. It's a bit like waking out of a very confusing dream.
What's about this come from? It doesn't matter, I'm not making money on this. You experienced the compression yourself?
Yeah, I stuck my head in there before using it on you. It seemed like the ethical thing to do. Can't say that I enjoyed it. The field was weaker, but I can imagine what you're going through.
And she's just sat there going, yep, yep. It's all great and all, but let's talk about the man who was killed.
Yeah, let's not talk about that shit. You were hunting me and fell into my trap instead. That's all there is to say about it.
So she thinks of you as hunters, not cops, and of herself merely as prey.
Please, can you just tone it down so I can ask you something?
If you've got something really important to say, you can do it through the white noise.
I'll take that.
This.
Yeah, we're skipping that one because that will definitely cover it. The Lieutenant Titus has Grimson.
God damn it.
She regards you and Kimberly says,
Fine. If you really want to talk, I can dial it down. I've also got a gun, by the way.
he steps reluctantly out of the shadow. Pain passes.
She's carrying a two-barreled front loader. Remain careful. Well, it doesn't feel much better, but you can form sentences now. Thinking doesn't seem to hurt as much. There's only 3 meters between you and the machine. If you keep her distracted for long enough, maybe. Be careful when you make your move. That'll be it for questions. Bide your time.
How did you know we were coming?
I heard you in the passages, and I've been preparing for quite a while.
By hiding bullets on the floorboards?
So you found my shack, huh? I'm not surprised.
She didn't rat you out, by the way, the washerwoman.
So nice. That's one knife I didn't want to find in my back.
Why hide the bullet, though?
This could have turned out pretty bad for me if you hadn't walked right into 25 bands of ultra-high frequencies.
As her admitting the bullet was an emergency exit.
Did you shoot Laylee?
No, I didn't do it. I only helped stage the lynching, though I doubt that makes much of a difference to you. Who ratted me out, by the way? Was it Titus? No, he wouldn't have broken first.
You're right. Carter was the first. No, was it Carter? It wasn't. No, it was neither of them. Was it? Oh, I want the third option that says that. You're right. It's Carter was the first to show us his movements.
Oh, I knew the kitten had claws, but not like this. But she couldn't have known I was on the coast. How did you find me?
Your first guess wasn't entirely off.
Titus and his boys, man. He told us you were on the coast.
Well, fuck. Those guys liked me, I know it. If this is what happens to people who people like, how the fuck do the rest of you get by?
I do it by asking questions. I have some for you.
Like what? I already told you I didn't do it.
A strong moral compass. She still wants the opportunity to make a case for herself.
Would you say Lily was a likable person?
I didn't like him. Hardened mercenaries aren't particularly likable types.
You don't feel sympathy from them? It's hard work.
Plenty of broken people who don't come with that kind of body count. Besides, they're paid well for what they do.
Do you feel protective of the Union?
Yeah, sure. And I didn't like Wild Pines sending in those foreign hirelings. Me and a fuck ton of other people around here.
Got other questions.
I'm listening.
Do you have an alibi for when Lily was shot?
Man, I was with the boys the whole night. I hope they at least bothered to impress that upon me.
Was it 10 or 15 minutes? It was 10. There were 10 minutes they couldn't account for.
You mean the length of a toilet break? That wouldn't even have been enough time.
No one takes a 15-minute leak.
Look, fuck you, man. I might also have stopped by the bar.
She speaketh truth.
You have a gun.
And
Where'd you get it?
the gun store.
What gun store?
Trigger Happy Jacks.
That doesn't sound like a really trigger.
What did you think? That I'm going to squeal on my gun supplier? Sorry, not that kind of gal.
I'd say it's a fun loader. Do you have another gun somewhere?
Sure don't.
A breech loader?
No.
This is such a wipeout.
Can't quite tell what gun it is. What kind of gun is
A
it?
Nachtway 80 front loader. 2-barreled. Not really what you were looking for, I'm guessing.
That merc was probably shot from a distance with a military-grade rifle. Otherwise, everyone at the whirling would have heard
Yeah.
the shot downstairs.
Let's have evidence all to ask you about.
Yeah. Evidence.
Did you leave any flowers for Clancy on the roof?
No. Gifts of flowers and candy aren't really my style.
Not even raw flowers? Maybell, for example?
Nope.
But she was born.
I never did understand why, when someone dies, a hothouse's worth of flowers has to die too.
Okay, so you didn't leave it.
No, I did not.
Let's accept that.
Yeah? Where?
Who killed the merc if it wasn't you?
How should I know? As I keep saying, he already had a bullet in his head when I got to him, and there hasn't been any useful gossip over the radio.
Those rings around her eyes, her tired voice. She's been staying up late, listening in on the conversations crisscrossing Martinez.
Police radio? You've been following the case?
Who hasn't? You know, I can still see him there, in Claus's room, lying on his side.
Not chance to shoot a question about it.
He was still warm. With the bluish light coming through the broken window, made him look as though he'd been dead for a good long while.
What happened? Sunday night. Tell me your version.
She eyes you, warily, as though gauging your sincerity.
It's okay. We just want to...
All right, don't kill yourself over it. I was shooting the shit with Hardy and the boys over a few beers, like always. Then Clasha comes in, all pale and shuddering. She sits down with a drink, trying to steady her nerves. So I grab a seat next to her.
So, did she seem home to you?
Oh yeah, super. But I didn't think too much of it at first. I'd seen her party hard before.
She mentioned you thought there was something wrong with her immediately.
No, I really didn't. She's not that easy to read. I just assumed she'd done too much blow. It wouldn't be a first for her. But no such luck. She was in some deep shit. She asked me to come upstairs. The merc she'd been going with was lying on the bedroom floor, dead. I knew she couldn't get the authorities involved, so yeah.
You made it look like he'd been hanged.
How'd you manage to come up with that plot so quickly?
What? No. Faking a lynching was her idea.
She looks shaken. She wasn't surprised to be ratted out, but framed.
Her idea?
Yeah, in cold blood. It really surprised me how quickly she was able to get a hold of herself once we got up there. It was like she was another person.
Oh,
The party girl was gone.
we're going back to finish that one if we survive this.
She asked me to help her drag him into the shower so she could wind the shower head around his neck to fake lividity. Then she dressed him while I went to get the Hardy Boys.
She lied to you about that, too.
Showerhead was awesome.
Yeah, I wasn't sure whether to admire her or be disturbed.
Do you think she managed to kill him herself?
As I keep telling you cops, we didn't hear anything downstairs. No gunshot, nothing.
But even if this is true, weren't you worried his lynching might lead to...
He forced himself to finish.
War? The thought crossed my mind. But the mercenary's death was going to have repercussions either way. Although the way things are going...
She doesn't want to talk about this, but not because she has something to hide. She doesn't want the guilt.
fuck it. I'm not responsible for these people after what they did to me.
You didn't kill him, why hide?
I saw you roll into town. I wasn't about to stick around for questioning by a goddamn La Puta Madre agent.
So this is what she was scared to tell Titus. This cop.
What do you mean, deputized agent?
Yes, you. Everyone says you're his peon, his human can opener.
Through the sudden sharp pain in your head, you hear the lieutenant mumble something to himself. Fucking hell. And why me? You hear through the white noise. It's especially bad suddenly. Felt like a vein exploded.
Who's everyone? How does she know this?
Everyone in Jamrock. The cops, the criminals. Why do you think I'm holed up in here with a goddamn death ray waiting for you?
If she knows that about you, she must know your real name too.
I'm no one's agent. I don't even know. Tell me, what's my name? If you know that about me, you must know my name.
Harry Dubois. One corrupt motherfucker with the disco pants and a funny tie. Agent to la puta madre.
All of this just means that you're effective. Criminals know you and are scared. I don't know. Sounds pretty convincing to me.
I'm no one's agent. I don't even know who La Puta Madre is.
Right. Sure. You don't know.
I'm sure I'm supposed to know, but I've lost my memory recently.
Yeah, sure.
She doesn't.
I'm sure La Puta Madre himself will explain it all to you soon enough.
What did you do to this Madre anyway?
You know what I did. I fucked him over. And now I have Harry Can Opener in my lair. Fuck it, Titus.
Wait, one thing. Possibly small, but she said you rolled into town. Was that you singular or plural? She might know something.
When I came into town, was there anyone with me?
Yeah, you had your death squad with you. What happened to them anyway?
I don't know.
Sure you do. I bet they're just outside waiting. I guess I'll take my chances.
Who was in the squad?
Well, it wasn't this scrawny dude. You had 2 guys and a lady. The guys looked pretty buff. Lady wasn't bad either.
What else can you tell me?
One of the guys seemed chipper, a blonde. The other had a brooding something or other about him. And the woman was the only one in uniform. All were carrying. That sound about right?
No idea who these people are. Literally. Satellite Officer Vic Mayer looks out of the window grimly, then puts his coffee down and turns to Patrol Officer Miller. We could either take a room here in the Whirling or go home for today. Let's go home, John. Nothing's going to happen today, she responds quietly. John takes his blood window off. Call Heidelstein. He can give us a ride.
I think I know them. I think they're in Martinez.
Friction, lock, set.
Don't leave me here. Please delete.
Fantastic. I've got to get on the road. Then you can go find your friends. Unless you have anything pressing to ask me.
Do you know anything about the bunker next door?
What bunker?
The communist hideout?
Don't know anything about it. No one's been around since I set up camp. But I'm sure I'm not the first vagabond to...
My voice trails off into the white noise in your head. It feels like an aneurysm approaching. I'm gonna let this out.
Keep calm. Breathe in. After the pain recedes, it's a little clearer.
I've had enough of this shit, lady.
You did it. The compressor lies broken on its side. It's quiet in your head again. It still hurts like hell, but...
You okay, Kim?
All good, officer. Be careful.
She looks at the machine, assessing the damage. Her hand trembles.
Oh, fuck it.
What are you doing?
Problem solving.
Ma'am, put the gun down. That's not the solution to your problems. You are...
Oh, yes, it is.
Orange Jesus.
You should know the words
Damn.
to say. You've been here yourself. So why is it not coming to you?
Why am I starting to get like an idiot?
Because you've been going around pointing a gun at yourself, trying to answer the same question in vain. Her finger squeezes the trigger now.
Can't stop her.
A smirk crosses her face as she watches you stand there, mute. Then she exhales sharply, shakes her head, and pulls the trigger. You watch as her brains trickle out through her neon hair.
Fuck!
What did we just do?
Our job. It went really bad. And now we need to clean it up.
This is the right thing to do. Clean up, keep a cool head.
Killed herself. I'll talk her down.
Lieutenant Yefreitor Dubois, control your emotions. We did our job. This won't be the worst thing that happens on this case, believe me. You can't let this break you.
There is no coming back from this one. It will stay with you in nightmares.
It's our fault.
We are cops. Everything is our fault, if we let it be.
Alright. Alright. What do we do now?
We clean up. It may take days for processing to pick up her body. We need to move it somewhere. That tent there. Yes?
Yeah, we're taking that. It's not our gun, but it's a gun that'll do. Thank you for the health. Needed that. Dark water trails into the distance. There is no way out. Cooking utensils. She's prepared herself porridge with bananas. Gosh.
The plain red tent stands by dispassionately. It was pitched by practiced hands. She was used to camping out. You see a rolled-up sleeping bag and personal belongings.
We should put her in the sleeping bag, so the rats don't get to her.
Alright, let's get this over with.
The lieutenant nods. There she lies, cocooned in the sleeping bag, surrounded by empty cigarette packs, books, and half-read magazines. Magazines? You should look through them. Assorted soft covers, mostly pulp horror. A motor carriage lies buried in the snow on one cover. On another, a ghost airship. You also see a collection of radio enthusiast magazines.
See anything?
Lieutenant picks over your shoulder.
Rager Monthly, Journal of Material Science. More Technological Digest. One of the magazines doesn't have images on the cover. It's not a magazine. It's a leather notebook.
I got a notebook.
You pocket the worn brown leather journal.
We should read this immediately. Like, right now.
We'll be on that one. Sorry, guys. Oh!
6 crumbling petals rest on your palm. They're white. A
What's this,
bell-shaped
Jim?
crown.
This is the Insulindian lily, called Maybelle's or Lucille's tears during the Revolution. Girls used to pin these on soldiers before sending them off to battle.
This flower is a spring flower, but it's a bit early for that, isn't it?
Is it coincidence being on the roof?
Maybe. Maybe not. We'll see. The revolutionaries, so the communards and the anarchists. White's their color, but the custom started in the suzerain's army, so it held me. It's about girls and boys more than sides. Girls sending off boys who are going to their deaths, then also dying themselves in the ruins from dysentery and consumption.
If I looked at
It's a
that and I
symbol of
fucking
the
known it was
Civil
a...
War.
Damn it, I should have finished that one. Fuck it, never mind. But then again, it probably will come down to that check anyway. Does this flower blossom early in the spring?
Yes, but not this early. Not to my knowledge. It looks dried, preserved.
Very well.
The petals, water flows under the channel bridge. Dark water. You rub your sides for warmth, but there is none. Inland, above the Martinez distributary, the channel that brought wastewater from the silk mills of Jamrock, and then dead bodies during the war. The wrinkled fingers of an old man crush flower petals, then sprinkle them in the stream like white salt. Wait, have you noticed there's a war veteran playing a ball game on the plaza? You should ask him about the flowers.
Yeah, that's just a pen. So, a well-loved journal with brown leather cover and the bland name, that word, embossed in the back. Seems to have served as a loyal friend to a lonely traveller.
A thick journal. The cover is worn like someone used to carry it around in their back pocket. It's made of full-grain leather. The lower left corner of the back cover sports an embossed brand name, Schneller. Schneller is a stationery brand from Gottwald, beloved among architects and engineers. She had good taste and must have taken what she recorded here seriously.
Let's read about our mistakes then.
The journal falls open. About 2/3 of its ruled pages have been filled.
How do I think?
The large cursive of someone who writes quickly and confidently, perhaps too confidently. Many phrases and even paragraphs have been crossed out, with tiny corrections scrawled above and in the margins.
Let's have a look through.
It's a mix of logistical notes, diagrams, and personal reflections, all dated.
We could learn a lot from this.
What kind of logistics?
Hard to tell exactly. It's mostly noted down in code. Looks like contact information, quantities, directions.
Hard work.
There could be useful information about local operations in those notes. We have a junior sergeant at my station who's good with codes. I can give this to her after we finish this.
What are the diagrams of?
Esoteric radio technology. The most recent ones probably pertain to the latitude compressor, sketches, calculations of distance and density. You make out a familiar spiral shape.
Yeah, that's most likely going to be the thing that she's uses for our brains with then. Anything personal?
Short, wry observations of people and places. Probably a way to pass the time on the road. Also, what appears to be attempts to sort through some difficult decisions. There are a few passages with many questions in them.
How far are we talking about here?
The first entry is from August 2nd of last year. It reads simply, I know my position is precarious. All I can do is make myself as useful as I can while looking for a way out. Remember, no one is indispensable.
What does she write about the day of the murder?
Nothing on March 4th. March 5th, though, well, that's bound to come back and bite me in the ass. I'm bad at this. Loyal to a fault. But that's another matter entirely. She is referring to betraying her previous employer. Does this suggest she did it in self-defense?
Anything about La Pluja Madre?
That name isn't mentioned as far as you can tell. Small wonder. Would you talk about La Puta Madre in your journal? You do see an M, though. La Puta Madre. M is mentioned on March 9th and March 15th.
Read the first entry.
Great. M's peon is coming to town, no doubt to investigate the lynching. But also, I feel it in my gut to finally put a bullet in my head while I'm napping in my lorry or on a smoke break. Well, I won't stick around just to twist my own neck by constantly looking over my shoulder. Then again, isn't that what I've been doing ever since I got the call? The call? Did M call her personally? Why? Things played out just as she had feared, except you didn't shoot her. It's in you to do something like this. Kill her. Physically, at least. You could pull the trigger if you had to.
What a coincidence.
Is it? Can you be sure? What if you are secretly being manipulated by La Puta Madre as you pursue this investigation? What if he wiped your memory on purpose? On purpose? That's pretty far-fetched.
Yeah, I mean... Are amnesiacs a thing in this? It could be. Anyway, what about the 12th?
Been holed up here for 3 days now. I'm used to being alone and all, but I don't know when I'll be able to leave, or if I'll be ratted out. They will rat me out, of course. I've made it a point to believe in the best in people, the boys, for example. But experience tells me, did M feel truly betrayed by me? I was feeling threatened. He'd have to know if he threatened people, they'd take measures to protect themselves. Even I know that. Economic measures, first of all. Gotta make a living, right? I can still hear his voice in the receiver. Taste the plastic. The entry ends abruptly.
What about the most recent entry?
The most recent entry is from today. It reads, even when I leave here, if I leave here alive, what's my next move? Staging a lynching is a crime, even if I'm not accused of murder on top of that. Forever on the run. Not really my idea of the open road. Man, I was really looking forward to winning.
I don't think she killed the mercenary. It looks like she might have been framed.
I think we weren't playing with that idea.
This whole thing was a detour, and a fatal one, he thinks.
So she's out for nothing.
She was in plenty of trouble, even without the murder charge. Still, it's a nasty business.
Do you think I am this agent she referred to?
No, I don't think you are. Ask someone in your precinct if you want to be sure.
Who is he?
The head of a major Jamrock gang, specializing in drug production and trafficking. A very bad person.
He's not 100% sure you're not indebted to this very, very bad person.
Who do you think did it then?
Could have been Titus. Then again,
No, I know the shot.
maybe there's a Hardy boy we've yet to meet who acted as his accomplice. Either way, we need to keep an eye on him. One thing is for certain. We have business back in the whirling and rags. Questions to ask. We should get to it.
Yeah, that was intense. I'm gonna head back to the stairs. Oh, it's this way. And we're gonna go up the building. We're not gonna head straight back there. Because the time is a matter. So, this way? No. Which way was it? Yeah, it was this way, wasn't it? Have down here? No. Let's back to the thing. Let's get up here. I'm gonna leave it here though, because oh boy, I need to decompress after that one. Whew. So, when we come back, we've got some mess to clear up. That we do. See you later. Sorry about that.